Hi, my name is Nicole from Zero Gravity Gymnastics and Cheer, and we're going to start off with the basics of coaching a very beginner class and where you should place yourself to make it optimal to view all athletes and make sure that they're staying safe. When setting up a rotation, I like to set up in a circle or a square. That way you can view all angles to make sure that you have an eye and that you're always coaching. So ABCs, always be coaching when you're in the gymnastics gym. So starting off, I'm going to walk around and pretend as if these gymnasts don't have any skill whatsoever, and you can't ever assume, especially when you don't know the athlete. So we're going to start off with the very basics and try to progress our way through. So if I had a class, I would be walking around. This is where I would teach them a lunge, cartwheel lunge, teaching the squared body position, and always keeping myself on the outside to make sure that the athletes can see me and I can kind of corral them and maintain them. So that's what we're going to start doing. We'll simulate a small class and explain first. When you have a classroom full or a gym full of athletes, you have three different kind of learners. You have auditory, kinesthetic, and visual learners. I automatically assume that everybody else is a visual learner just like myself. So sometimes if verbally talking your way through a skill doesn't help, sometimes demonstrating. And if you fully can't demonstrate a skill appropriately, utilize one of the athletes that do know how. So at this station, we're going to start off with cartwheel. And I know that this athlete can do a very beautiful cartwheel. We'll instruct on the outside, tell her to start in a lunge position, arms by their ears to keep their ears and their head safe. Her first position, her hips are square in the right position, so she's facing the direction she's going to travel. She'll do lunge, cartwheel lunge. She's going to have each one of her legs and hands and each one of the colors. I love this mat for demonstration because it shows them a nice, beautiful, long cartwheel. So go ahead and lunge, cartwheel, lunge, square hips, arms to ears. Those are the things that you want to focus on, always watching the hips whenever they're doing the cartwheel, making sure that you're correcting as you go. This should be a fun station. If you're at a distance and you're coaching the child, what you want to talk to them about are straight arms and straight legs. Thank you so much. The next one would be a backwards roll. This is where I would place myself on the outside of the class, and I want to spot the hardest of the skills or the skills that need a little bit more manipulation. So if I were coaching this actual class, this is where I would place myself so I can physically manipulate the child and I can keep an eye on all of my athletes. Over at this one of my favorite skills is definitely the bridge. Bridge is most important. There's a lot of things that you want to keep safe when you bridge, like your neck and your head. So I would instruct the athlete to lay down on her back, place her hands nice and flat. I always do a hand check before they bridge up. And I would place myself on the outside of the classroom so that I can watch all of my athletes staying safe. Right there, instruct her to bridge up and lock her arms out, push up super, super straight. I'm looking for a nice, beautiful shoulder angle. Her head and her arms are in alignment. And then as she continued to progress, because she is so flexible, I would instruct her to look up at the ceiling, kick her favorite leg over, big, huge kick, landing in a beautiful lunge, arms to ears, and a big finish. Thank you very much. Over here at this station for a forward roll, we'll start off on top of the mat. So standing on top, arms all the way up to the ceiling to protect your head. Tuck your head in as you roll. Again, I'm on the outside so I can see all of the athletes moving. Hands are going to place flat on the mat. Look at your tummy, forward roll, stand up, arms to ears, big finish. Beautiful. And so she's ready for an upgrade. She's ready to move on and move a little bit further. You may have some kiddos in the class that aren't ready, so you would keep them somewhere safe, something they can do on their own. So then I would instruct her to come back over and have her start off on the floor so that she can jump forward roll because she's ready for that upgrade. So hands go down, tuck your head, and you're going to jump from the carpet, big roll, same finish, arms to ears, big finish, big salute. Beautiful job. Moving on, staying on the outside again. We're going to do a handstand against the mat. I know that this athlete is super strong, so I'll have her face the mat instead of kicking up the opposite direction. Arms are going to start right by her ears at the beginning. Then she'll kick up a nice, beautiful handstand. Arms are right by her head to protect. Stepping down in a lunge, arms come straight up. Then a big finish. So again, one of those skills that you can keep on the outside, always moving your body around the kids to keep them safe. This is really what this is about, is how to constantly move, how to constantly juggle. If they were younger of age, and I would keep them rotating around you and you staying at the hardest station, but you'll have to know that with each one of your kids' skills. If they're a little bit older, giving them a little bit more responsibility and having them stay more stationary so that they have a couple more repetitions to try their skill over and over. So again, this is just the basics of managing a class. When we talk about ABCs of class, always be coaching. I hope you guys are having a great day. Say bye, athletes. Bye. Bye.